Hey guys, I wanted to do a really quick video about something that I mentioned in my Z palette review video. I'm going on vacation in a couple of days and I ordered me my hot pink Z palette, but I really only had enough money for one and I ended up wanting to bring a lot more products than I thought I originally wanted to bring. So I had to do some modifications on one of my pre-existing palettes. Here is my MAC palette, and this is one that holds 15 of their round shadows, and I had to go and modify this. I've kind of been wanting to do it anyway, so it just seemed like a good time to do that. Now normally when you open up the MAC palette, if you can see, I have my Sugar Pill Heartbreaker quad in here that I depotted, and a Ben Nye, Urban Decay, and two of my NARS China Blue shadows. Now normally when you open up a MAC palette, you see this in there. Just like that. And all you have to do to get this out of here is when it's attached to the bottom, you just take one of these. It's not like glued or attached to the bottom in any way. So you just, when it's sitting in there, you just grab any section, just like pull it out. And it might like break a little bit if you can see the plastic kind of got chipped a little bit, but it doesn't even matter since you're taking it out anyway. So you can remove these if you need like a temporary fix, if you want a Z palette, but you can't really get one right now. And you need like a temporary sort of palette like that. So you can remove these from your MAC palette. So first of all, that's all I did was remove that. And underneath that, you're going to find, I already threw it away, probably shouldn't have done that, this other little metal piece that's loose in the bottom underneath these. And that's going to be what the shadows stick to. Now, as I mentioned in my Z palette review, the MAC magnets are a little funny. The magnets that are stuck to the bottom of the refill pan, the eyeshadows, the MAC eyeshadows that are already depotted that you just buy in the little packages, those magnets don't stick that great to other, like in my Z palette or other magnets. And also, the little pan, the little magnet, sticker magnets that come in with the Z palette, they don't stick in the MAC palette on that little metal rectangle that I was telling you about that's underneath this. And I've discovered that it is a MAC issue and not a Z palette issue. The MAC magnets are just really funny. And since none but my few MAC shadows would stick to that little rectangle piece of magnet that was in the MAC palette, I just tossed that. And what I did was I went to Joann Fabric and Craft Store and I bought a piece of adhesive magnet, and I also use this to cut it into circles, and you can put these on the bottom of any depotted eyeshadows that you have that are not magnetic. So I got a strip of adhesive magnet. It's just a magnet on the front, and you can cut it to whatever size you need. And on the back, it has a sheet, you know, you peel off, and it's adhesive, so it sticks to the bottom. And what I did was, I measured it. I just took the little magnetic rectangle that was already in there, and just measured it with that. And I just cut it down to size, and you can see I just stuck it on the bottom. And there you go, you have a nice little free palette. And I also thought I was very clever, and while I was shopping for magnets to go on the bottom of my eyeshadow pans that are in my Z palette, like this, that's one of those sheets just cut down into a circle, I found all these little neat little mirrors that you can, you know, stick on anything you want. And I'm like, the regular mirrors they have all different sizes, little circle mirrors, squares, up to, you know, bigger size mirrors. And I was like, I will be clever and get me a mirror and put up here. Because the MAC palette does not have that mirror. And so I'm like, yeah, wow, there's a mirror strip. It must be adhesive. And so I bought, and this is the one I cut out of. This is a mirror strip. It does have a plastic sheet on the top for protection. So this is not what it actually looks like. You peel that off and the actual mirror, you know, comes through. And I was like, oh, it's awesome. It's all thin. It must be adhesive. And so I got it home. I cut it out. And I went to try to peel the back off. And it's not adhesive at all. So I'm like, you know what? I don't really want to hot glue this palette. I don't know if the plastic will melt. And hot glue is just messy and it doesn't look very professional. So what I did was took leftover bits from my other magnet rectangle. And what I did was I cut it up and put magnets. Remember, it's adhesive backed. And I put those on here in the top of the MAC palette. That's what it normally looks like. And then I took magnets in the same position and put them on the back of the mirror. And then I just stuck it in there like that. And you can see where I messed up the corner trying to peel the paper off. I was in denial that it was not magnetic. So I was like trying to peel everything off that I could. And so I just put a nice little mirror up there. And it's kind of dirty. I need to clean it. I haven't cleaned it in a while. So that's all I did really. Like I said, I have my sugar pill. The reason this one fell out, I have it on a paper towel because none of the magnetic stickers or anything will stick to the bottom of this because I cannot get the gooey stuff from depotting it off. And it's really gooey and nothing will stick to it. So I'm trying to wait for it to dry a little more. And I just had it on a paper towel in there. So that's all I did. And if you need like a temporary fix for a Z palette, I would definitely not recommend this replacing Z palettes because Z palettes are awesome. Check out my review for that. They have the clear window, they're bigger, and I just absolutely am in love with my new hot pink Z palette. But if you need a quick fix and maybe a little more space for vacation, that's why I did this. Like I said, there were a few other eyeshadows than I thought I was going to need. And as you can see, this is pretty much filled up. So that's how you can quickly, easily, and cheaply. This costs like $2 something at Joann Fabrics. This mirror piece, and it's that big. The magnet strips cost $2 and something, and that's all you need really. And if some of your eyeshadows don't have like the magnetization, like the Urban Decays aren't magnetized, you can get your magnetic strip and cut it up into squares or circles and put it on the bottom and stick it to this. So that's how you can quickly, easily, and cheaply modify your MAC palette. Let me know if you have any questions, and I hope this video was helpful, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!